Well, good morning, you guys. I thought I'd come on here in order to bring a walk and talk video. And I'm just gonna walk to the front of my subdivision and then come back. But I really wanted to talk to you guys about a few things. And I thought, why not make a walk and talk? Like, I'm always posting on Instagram and talking about things that are going on over there. So I thought I'd do some of that here. I think I'm looking my unedited best because I was like, I'm just gonna put on a jacket, a tank top, and come on out. Let's see if I can get us some shots. There we go. There's gonna be lots of planes overhead because it's where I live near the airport. But I really wanted just to come on and talk about a few things. One is we made it to 50,000 subscribers. And that is so exciting. I mean, there's a part of me that's like, subscribers don't equal success. And subscribers equal the opportunity to reach more followers. But it doesn't mean that the followers are going to enjoy the content other than the video that they subscribe for, right? So if you don't constantly have views, then you're not as successful. And it doesn't matter how many subscribers you have. But I do want to celebrate the fact that people think some part of my content is worth them subscribing to. That's important. I bought a gimbal for my cell phone, and it's a gimbal tripod. And that tripod, I'm having some difficulties using it this morning, but I'm just going to continue to try because it has a more panoramic view so you guys can see where I'm walking. We need to talk about live for the end of the month. So in my next video, which I think I'll be putting out a cash stuffing tonight, I just wanted to do like a walk and talk, not a cash stuffing. I think tonight I'll be putting out a budget with me for the month of October, but I decided I wanted to do this walk and talk video anyway. We need to plan when we're gonna do the next live. And I wanna do it at the end of October. No, Halloween is coming up at the end of the month, but I think we should pick a date. We'll talk about it more in my budget with me video about when we're gonna do the live. Let me get out of the street. I'm thinking we'll do some giveaways, and I'm gonna open up the comments to subscribers only. So, and probably make the time that you need to be subscribed at least like 20 to 30 minutes. I saw another channel do that, and it kind of cut down on the amount of people that jumped into the live just winning prizes. A lot of cars driving by, and I know they're like, what is she out there doing? All right, so now that we got some of the channel updates out of the way, I did want to talk about some things that have been on my mind and just share some things that I've been thinking about. Well, wait, before we do that, let's do an update on what's going on with me. So my hip, I have an appointment with the spinal surgeon to see about my back pain and hip pain because I have problems with my L3, L4, L5 disc, and L5's pinching my S1 nerve. Sometimes I'm like, is this just a part of getting old? Like, what's happening to my spine? Like, what is going on? My dad, he also had problems with his spine, and I know it can be hereditary, but yeah, he had issues with his spine as well. If I keep looking at the camera or away from the camera, it's because I'm trying to figure out what is it doing. But I'm going to stop doing that. So on to the meat and the potatoes of the video. What I wanted to talk about today was something that my son said that I found so interesting. And I think he got out of a book or a podcast or something, but it was basically saying like, life is like an Instagram feed or a YouTube algorithm that you curate. I got to thinking about it because I was saying to myself, I skip through a lot of Instagram reels that come up. I also skip through YouTube shorts that pop up if they're not what I want to see. Does that make sense? We're gonna go over here by the water. I want to see what it looks like. I don't know if I told you guys, but I got my new Hoka shoes and they've been helping with my back as well. We hope there's no gators back here because I don't come back here often. It's kind of murky waters. We are gonna have a conversation. There's some water over there. And then there's this lake over here. It's pretty muddy. But this might be a good place for me to have my conversation. When my son was saying that your life is like an Instagram or a, YouTube feed that you curate, I started thinking about that and I'm like, I definitely will for my Instagram feed or even for YouTube shorts, swipe away from the things that I don't want more of. And that's because as those things come onto my feed, I know if I watch someone having a fight in McDonald's, I'm gonna begin to see a lot of fights in McDonald's. But in the same way, if I start watching cash budgeting shorts, I'm gonna start getting suggested a lot of cash budgeting shorts and I'm gonna start to see them more often because YouTube is now suggesting them to me or Instagram is suggesting them to me. I gotta keep walking. What he was saying was that life is like that. And so you have to be able to curate what you want to see in your life more of. Meaning, and it's the law of attraction, basically, but put into a way that maybe it's easier to digest because we all know what an Instagram feed looks like. We all know how YouTube's algorithm will detect what it is you want more of and give it to you. There's birds over there. I think they're geese. And so we can understand that. And because we can understand that, it might be easier for us to understand what he's saying. Oh, that's so pretty. Hold on. Looks like marsh pie to you, but to me, it's beautiful. And on this side, it's this. He was saying that we have to think about what it is we're curating, I hope I don't see a snake out here. Let me get from out here. Because if I do see a snake out here by this water, I'm going to be running. Y'all going to see me like this. Ah! Yeah, no. There's probably snake water moccasins out here. Let me get my butt out of here. Anyway, yeah, he was saying that you need to curate what it is you're watching, taking in, and thinking about and putting onto your own TV projector day in and day out. And I like that idea. We're headed out. Oh my gosh. You guys look at that. That's a spider web in the sky. And those, I think, are all spider babies in the sky above my head. Well, a little bit beyond. It's time for me to get the heck on up out of here. Nature has natured. It's time to go. Okay. Did y'all see that spider? Okay, let's talk about, first of all, if I would have walked into that. We're back on the main street, and I'm gonna hope I don't run into any spiders from this point. But when I think about how I made my life better, because trust me, my life is getting better every year. I was pretty intentional about my thoughts. I can't lie. And maybe I couldn't come up with the exact how things were going to work out for me, but I knew what I wanted to work out. I knew exactly what I wanted. The vehicle that was used to bring it to me might have been different than I thought. Like, did I ever think that I would be making books and selling them on Amazon? No. I didn't even have the skill set for that, right? Did I ever think that my nursing pay would increase so drastically? No. I didn't even have the information for that. I thought what I was getting was wonderful, you know? I probably would have never asked for more. I mean, the occasional raise, but jumps by, $20 an hour. I wouldn't have had the ability to ask for that. But I believed the going back to nursing worked out because it was in the long-term plan that I saw for myself. It was in the income goals that I set for myself. And when something comes up that gives me doubt or worry about hitting those income goals or, not being successful as I thought, I turn those off of my feed. I literally swipe them out of my mind. And I focus only on what it is that I want to see more of. That's when gratitude comes into play, right? Because I'm so busy being grateful for the things that I'm seeing that I'm not even focusing on the things that I don't want to see more of. And I thought I'd share that with you guys. I was talking to a fellow YouTuber about, she's a YouTuber and friend, and I was talking to her about how what we say to ourselves matters, And I don't know if she feels like she had a shift after that. I think she does, but you should try it. Because what if? I don't know that it's true. I can only give you experiences that I've lived through. But what if it is true? What if it's a butterfly? What if what you think about really affects what you see? What if what you talk about affects it? What if what you internally believe honestly affects your life? I get it. Some things we don't have control over, or at least it feels like we don't. But what if you actually had control over what you think about, what you talk about, what you believe about yourself and your situation? And it changed because of that. It's not going to hurt to try it. Pray for what it is you want. And everything opposite of what you're praying for, or anything that's giving you anxiety or stress, push it off of your feed. Swipe it away real quick so you don't see any more of that. Every time you see something that reassures you that your dreams and goals are moving in the direction you want, focus on it. Think about it. Give thanks for it. I'm not perfect either. I'm practicing it day to day. Here recently, I've been practicing it with my hip and my pain. It's not my hip. I guess it's my lower back. But whatever. You know what I'm saying. The pain is in my hip. And I feel like slowly but surely I've been directed, inspired to do certain things. One simple one, go get shoes. Another one was using movement as medicine and start doing the thing that a physical therapist would tell me to do, which is put on your new shoes and go for walks, walking, swimming, things like that. I literally had to swipe off my feed anything about how painful this is. Why am I in pain? You know, how am I gonna live my life still, travel, if I can't sit on an airplane? Those were the sad thoughts I was having, and I had to swipe them off of my feed. Now, I'm coming out for walks. I'm walking on the treadmill because I'm doing workout videos from YouTube. I'll see if I can link one down below. It's a walking with back pain. I started doing that. All of these things are helping my pain to get better. Is it because I'm taking action? Is it because I'm starting to see myself travel to Seattle again? In order to stay on a 5-hour flight, I got to get my hip together. I'm going up a hill. You got to give me grace. Y'all, it's helping my cardiovascular health, these walks too. I guess for me, I'm thinking, what if I do have the power? Or not even the power. What if instead of me responding with inaction and sorrow, I put myself together and come up with some action and hope and faith that things will change? I've already seen a difference. I've already seen a difference. I was at the point where I was taking medication like 3 times a day, and I'm down to only taking it once a day. I woke up at 4 in the morning to find a different back surgeon or back doctor, ortho doctor, so that I can get treatment sooner than at my hospital, and it worked. And I'm thankful every day that I can get out here and go for a walk, you know? Like, it doesn't have to happen. Me, I'm thankful for the small things. It's the way that I used that same principle to get more money, increase my finances. Instead of complaining that I didn't have enough money for food, I started thinking of what I can do that could generate more money. I'm not saying it's a foolproof way. For me, it has been. But for you, I can't say. But what if it is? What if it's the one piece of the puzzle that you have the power to change, and it could change your life over time? I listened this morning to this girl named Maleeka. It's called Maleeka is My Guardian Angel, I think, or Spirit Angel or something. It's the name of her channel. Whew, y'all, these heels be getting me. Let me stand down here before I take this last heel. Maleeka made a video that was all about a book from 1927, I think, where the guy said he had found out the secret of how to get what it is you want. It's not the secret. But basically how you should write these lists. and keep up with what it is that you actually have goals for. You can take things off and add things on. And as you start seeing movement towards those goals, you know, you're getting some progress and you're getting closer to it. And you remain hopeful, which means you continue to have faith. And then those things will find you every time. If you believe in prayer, pray for what it is you want and then give it to God. And keep the faith. And that means anxiety, worry, all of those are opposite of faith, right? I needed to come on this walk anyway today, but I thought if I walked and talked to you guys about the things that I'm working on, maybe you can see that it doesn't just happen to those that are lucky. It's about curating your feed, however you do that. Remove the worries and anxieties. Take the negativity out and add in the positivity with gratitude. However you find a way to do that. Okay, you guys, I gotta end this. A master heel's coming up next. I live at the top of a hill, so yeah. I have to walk it to get home. But think about what you can do to make it better for yourself, to make your life better, to make a change. Kind of always figured God has to have a part in it. So he's going to come up with the how. You're going to start to get reminders of actions you should take. For me, it was head to the Hoka store while I was waiting in Orlando. Or actually, I was going to go to a feet store in Tampa. But my sister came and I was like, let's just go to the Hoka store. The Hokas have truly helped my feet. Also, I read an article that talked about walking and swimming. The walks have truly helped me. And I realized when I was at nursing work, I wouldn't have as much pain in my leg and my hip. So yeah, as I walk up this hill to the house, I want to leave you with that for our walk and talk. Because you can have everything that I have and some. I believe that for everyone. If I can change my life around, at one point I literally had $20 for a whole week for groceries and I made it work. That was when my oldest son was young. So things don't always have to be the same. They can change. Curate your feed. Watch what you're watching. Watch what you're taking in. Watch what you're thinking and what you're believing. That same friend from YouTube, I told her about Ant-Man and the multi-universe scene, where all the Ant-Mans show up with different outcomes for his life. One, he's still a baker. One, he's like beat up. One, he's like super buff. One, he's his regular looking self with maybe a black eye. Like, in other words, there's so many things and ways things can work out for you. You don't have the capability to imagine ways that things can work out. That leaves rooms for miracles and it leaves room for God. So just get clear on what you want and curate your feed, and I think you will be on the right path. All right, you guys, I made it back home. I'm gonna go in the house, softly edit this video and post it. And I'll see you guys later.